It's been about 23 years since we've seen the Honda Prelude name here in the States, but I'm here at the 2023 Los Angeles International Auto Show because Honda has decided to bring over the Honda Prelude concept. And while this is still a concept vehicle, it's a pretty strong indication that the Prelude may be coming back to the States very soon. So let's go ahead and take a first look. So the Honda Prelude has a 45-year history here in America. If you guys remember, the car's nameplate was originally introduced back in 1978, and it lasted until about 2001. It went through 5 generations, and in that time frame, the Prelude kind of grew to become like a technological test bed for Honda. This is a sport coupe that Honda always introduced a lot of new technologies into, and for this Prelude concept, you can see the company is kind of testing the waters for this, again, the return of this nameplate. Let's go ahead and talk about the exterior styling, because I remember earlier I mentioned this is still a concept. We don't know when the actual production model will be shown. But as you can see, looking at the front end of this Prelude concept, it looks almost production ready to me. You have this new kind of LED headlight design with this kind of LED light signature that has a LED light bar that kind of connects the 2 headlights together. Some people have said it kind of reminds them of a Toyota Prius. I personally don't really see that. I mean, a lot of cars nowadays start to look pretty similar. You can see the lower front bumper area has this kind of carbon fiber. There's also a really interesting kind of blue LED that kind of has a horizontal light bar that's also echoed on the rear. You have this kind of mesh design grille where it has like a front splitter, which looks nice. And then over here you can see the Honda logo. This is actually the older Honda logo versus the newer one. This reminds me of the Honda logo from like the 90s, the early 2000s. It's kind of a nice little throwback nostalgia to the Honda Prelude. So I love the styling details with this car. Now underneath the hood, there was a lot of speculation that this car was going to be fully electric. That was false. Honda did confirm this is going to have a hybrid powertrain. Now, we don't know exactly what kind of hybrid powertrain. My money would probably go with the Accord and CR-V hybrid powertrain, which has a 2-liter 4-cylinder with 2 electric motors. It delivers around 204 horsepower. I would hope for the Prelude, Honda would ramp things up and kind of turn up the wick to at least give us 250 horsepower, perhaps 300 horsepower. But again, that is all speculation. I am happy at the fact that this car will be a hybrid. It should also be front-wheel drive. There is also the possibility that Honda could do all-wheel drive. I don't suspect they'll do a manual transmission, but it's nice to see that Honda didn't actually make this a full battery electric vehicle. Now, in terms of the rest of the profile here, you can see the proportions are really beautiful to me. In fact, I don't have the final dimensions of this car yet, but to me, with these Civics kind of parked around it, it kind of looks like the same size as a Civic Coupe, because as you guys know, the Civic Coupe was discontinued when the all-new 11th generation came out. But you can see the proportions. It's got that sleek coupe body line. You can see the wheels on this model here. These are a gloss black multi-spoke 20-inch wheel, which, as you can see, almost looks production ready. It has a 245 by 35 R20-inch tire. It's got these massive brakes with a blue painted Brembo caliper. Again, this car to me almost looks production ready, which is absolutely insane. Now, the side profile, you can see it's got that swooping coupe body line. The mirrors or the windows are very dark tinted because this is still just a shell. It doesn't actually have an interior. I like also the carbon fiber mirrors, which those mirrors also almost look production ready, which is an indication that perhaps Honda could be, again, just a few years away from introducing an actual production car. You can see the door handles. They're kind of like an EV style or a pop-out electronic door handle. Again, I can't open the door because it's still a very early prototype model, pre-production model. And you can see here, looking at the rear, that sloping rear end here just kind of is a throwback to me to the 3rd generation Prelude. In fact, I love the full light blade LED taillight. I love the carbon fiber rear spoiler. You can see it's got the new Honda badging here, along with the old Prelude badging here. So you can see you've got a little bit of new from the Honda Prologue and some of the old from the original Prelude, which I think is a great combination. It goes really well with the styling details of the light bar. You can see down here, you've got this really aggressive rear diffuser with more of that carbon fiber look. You have that same LED light that is blue, that's also on the front of the vehicle. No visible exhaust tip. In fact, I don't even think this car has an engine, but it'll be curious to see. I'll be curious to see what Honda eventually does. It looks like this concept, however, is a conventional trunk. So I would hope that Honda would eventually do an actual hatchback, but again, this is still it's still too early to tell, but let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of the styling, and also let me know if you guys think that Honda should bring this car back, because as you can see, obviously Honda wants to appeal to the coupe market because there are really no more coupes in the lineup, or at least in North America. So it's great to see Honda, which has always been a believer of coupes, kind of introduce a new coupe to America. But with all that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this very brief overview on this Honda Prelude concept for Redline Reviews here at the 2023 Los Angeles International Auto Show. I'm Sofyan Bey.